All right, let's get right into it. Today we are going to talk about a huge, huge idea, and that's the massive difference between just wanting something and actually building the system to go out and get it. We're going to explore how to finally close that gap. You know the gap between our biggest desires and the mastery we're all chasing.
So it all really boils down to this thing we can call the discipline gap. And look, it's pretty simple. On one side, you got everything we all want, right? The success, the money, the results. But on the other side, well, that's what it actually takes. It's the structure, it's the mastery, it's the routine. And that big empty space in the middle, that's the danger zone. That's exactly where most of our ambitions, honestly, just go to die.
Okay, so the big question is, why does that gap even exist? Well, a lot of the time, it's because we've all bought into something I call the motivation myth. You know, this idea that we have to feel inspired, we have to feel ready before we can get started. We're about to break down exactly why waiting for that feeling is a completely losing strategy.
And this quote, man, this just nails it perfectly. People wait for motivation like it's a bus. Just picture that for a second. We're all just standing on the corner, waiting, passively hoping inspiration will just show up and pick us up. But what happens if that bus is running late? Or worse, what if it just never comes?
And you know what happens while we wait, right? It leads to this whole list of excuses that, let's be honest, we've all used. Does any of this sound familiar? Oh, I'll start as soon as I feel ready. Or, I just need a little bit of inspiration first. And my personal favorite, the classic, tomorrow. For sure, tomorrow I'll begin.
Which brings us to this incredible line that just perfectly sums up the consequence of all those excuses. Tomorrow is the most crowded place on earth. I mean, think about it. It's absolutely packed with every goal, every project, every dream we pushed off, all waiting for a feeling that never showed up.
So this is the key. You have to understand the fundamental difference between these two things. Motivation, that's just an emotion. It's a feeling. It comes, it goes, it fades depending on your mood. But discipline, that's different. Discipline is structural. It's a system that you build, and it doesn't fade. In fact, it does the opposite. It compounds. Every single day you show up and stick to the plan, you get a little bit stronger. I mean, just think about any elite performer. Take someone like Cristiano Ronaldo. You think he wakes up in the morning and asks himself, do I feel like training today? No way. He trains because it's on the schedule. The decision was already made. He just has to execute. That right there, that's the core of what discipline is all about.
All right, so if we all agree that motivation is totally unreliable, then how in the world do we build that structure? Let's get into the practical solution. We're going to call it the discipline formula. It's a really simple three-part system to create the exact framework you need to get things done.
Okay, here are the 3 pillars. It's that simple. Step 1, fix your sleep. Seriously, your success tomorrow really starts tonight. The battle for the day is won or lost the night before. Step 2, reduce decision fatigue. When you have a set time to wake up, a set time to work, set time to train, you take away the choice. You remove the excuse. You don't have to decide, you just do. And step 3, track, don't guess. What gets measured gets improved. The simple act of tracking your progress forces you to be honest with yourself.
So what should you be tracking? Well, honestly, anything that gets you closer to your goal. It could be the hours you put into coding, the number of gym sessions you hit, pages of the Quran you've studied, how many sales calls you made, or even just the number of words you wrote. The what doesn't really matter as much as the that you're measuring it. Always remember, consistency will beat intensity every single time.
You know, there's a deeper level to all of this too, a spiritual dimension. In the Quran, there's this concept of patience, or sabr. And it's not about just sitting around and passively waiting for things to happen. It's actually described as long-term discipline. It's that foundational strength that helps you wake up for that early prayer, to keep studying when you're exhausted, or to stay calm when you're being tested.
And all of this really leads to one powerful, profound truth. Your private discipline builds your public strength. It's all those little things you do when nobody's watching, the consistent, unseen efforts you make day in and day out. That's what forges the resilience and the strength that the rest of the world eventually gets to see.
Okay, so we've talked about the theory, which is great, but theory without application is useless, right? So let's turn this entire formula into a real concrete plan. We're going to do it with a simple challenge. It's time to actually put this stuff into practice.
And the time frame for this? Just 30 days, that's it. It's long enough to actually build a real habit, but it's short enough that it doesn't feel impossible. It feels achievable.
All right, So, here are the rules of the game. For the next 30 days, I'm challenging you to commit to these 6 things. Number 1, wake up at the exact same time every single day, no exceptions. 2, work on one core skill daily. 3, move your body. 4, reduce your distractions. 5, take a few minutes to reflect before you go to sleep. And maybe the most important rule of all, allow no 0 days. That means you have to do something, no matter how tiny, that moves you forward.
Look, the promise here is a bold one, I get it. But if you truly commit to this structure, just for 1 month, you genuinely won't recognize yourself. The progress you can make in that short time can be absolutely transformative.
So I want to leave you with this one final thought. Forget about motivation. Just let it go. Stop waiting for the right feeling to show up. Instead, build the structure. Take on this challenge. And ask yourself this. After 30 days of real, deliberate, consistent discipline, who will you become?